If I can get over 1,000 for these, that would be awesome. What's up, you guys? Brandon here, and I am a full-time reseller online. I flip things from thrift stores onto places like eBay for a living. Today we're gonna hit 3 thrift stores, try and buy stuff for cheap that we could flip online. Made a bunch of sales yesterday. It was a really good sales day. I think it was like 10 or 11 items. So got to take those to the post office, and then we will hit our first thrift store. Before we get inside, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. I tried to do a giveaway last video. If you guys are interested in this Disney Loungefly, go ahead and watch that video, comment, like, subscribe, and let's get thrifting. First stop of the day here. Already came to this store earlier in the week, so my expectations were low. They did put out a bunch of these footballs, and I looked them up, just not a good model. I have sold footballs before. They are a good seller if you could find like the pro models. Unfortunately, none here today. Then we go over to the shoes here and looking for some deals. Pick up these Shimano. They're like outdoor looking cycling shoes, but I didn't even look them up. I just don't think that they would be worth it. So we're at the ladies' shoes now, and I don't think I found any good shoes today. I look up these Chacos. They're just a little too worn for my liking. For $10, I would need them to be in perfect shape. And I lied. I actually do pick up these rock climbing shoes. The brand is Evolve, and the model is Electra, and I have these listed for about $50. Then we found a bag here, and I already see it. It's center frame. It's this camera bag right here. It is Tamrac Pro 8. And it was only $6, so I ended up picking this up. I did notice when I got home that there was a small flaw on it. Then they put out a new cart, so we head to the new cart and we grab this Sony cassette tapes. Always pick up blank media. All right, store number 1, not bad. We only got like 3 items. I think maybe 4. We found a pair of Disney ears on the way out, but we're gonna head into the second store and hope for some better luck. I really didn't record much in this store, but I did get some of the shoes. These Sperry's, they're like the Caribbean islands on them. I didn't look them up. They were just too expensive. Shoes in this store are just way too expensive for resale. And I guess for personal buys too, because they don't seem to move very often. Nothing crazy there, just a pair of BKE jeans and a old Kim Possible mug, which might be good. Looks like it might have been handmade, so I don't know what the comps are looking like on that. But we did have a Facebook Marketplace deal kind of pop up. So we're gonna go meet that person now, and I'll tell you about the deal after. All right, so I just got done with that deal, and it was a $500 deal. Let me show you guys what I got, because that's a lot of money. We got this tennis bag, and it is just full of rackets. Completely full, and when I get home, I will show you guys what's in here. All right, we are home, and like always, I'm gonna show you guys what I got in that last store. It was a pretty good trip, and I'm gonna start with something that cost $11.11. We found this Disney Muppets box. It's called Whatnot Workshop, only at FAO Schwartz. And I looked this up, and it looked like comps were over $100. So I'm gonna have to check the pieces, make sure everything's in here that needs to be in here. But for $10 about, that's a good score. Next, for $4.94, we got this vintage Christopher Radko Mickey Mouse ornament from the year 2000. And I have sold these types of Radko Disney ornaments before, and I've gotten anywhere from $20 to $100 for these. This one being 23 years old, about 23 years old. I'm going to list this one for around $50 and hope for the best. It also came with this little stand. We found a couple plush for a couple dollars each. Not really sure what this one is. I briefly looked it up. Tulipop. It looks like there was a sold comp for like 40, but I'm not sure on this one. Kind of took a chance. And then a Disney Porg Big Feet plush, and it looks like this one's about 20 as well, and it was only $2. We got another ornament. This is a vintage Tasmanian Devil ornament, bell ornament. It was only $3, so I took a chance on it, but there was one listed for like 50, probably list it closer to 20 or 30, but maybe I'll list it just under that $50 one and take offers. Next, we got this Star Wars lightsaber, Jedi Training Academy. You get this at the parks. They have like the Jedi Training Academy there. So this one is specifically from Disney parks, specifically Hollywood Studios, I believe. And it was only $5, so I think maybe 20 on this one. Then we got a couple of clothing items. This is a Mac Miller shirt. Mac Miller sadly has passed away, but this is from Faces. I think that's an album of his. 2014, it has a year on it. And I saw one listed for like 100, couple sold for in the 20 range. So probably 20 to 30, and it was only $3. Next, I took a chance on some of these jerseys. I don't really know. I think the team is Fluminense or something. I'm not too sure. Couldn't find many sold comps, but I just like picking up jerseys, especially for less than $10. And we got 3 of them. 2 of them have the name Fred on the back. And then the last one has Deco on the back. I'm not sure of these players or how well these jerseys will do, but for $9 each, decided to take a chance. We got 2 pairs of shoes, classic pair of Ofo slides, $3, easy money. And then this is a brand that I've never heard of before, so maybe it's new for you too. It's called Oncept, like concept without the C, and it looks like it's a brand that's sold at Anthropologie. But they're just really like cool looking sneakers, and they were only $5, and it looks like these should sell for around 50 bucks. So definitely a brand to keep an eye out for. And then finally we have this score. Before we get into it, check out how much I paid for these 2 things. I don't know if you can see that dust bag, but let's open it up. These are 2 Christian Dior beach rackets or paddles, and they're like made of cork. And I don't know, they're just really cool. And I saw Christian Dior, so I decided to look them up. And I can't find any sold comps on eBay. There is a listing on the RealReal for over $1,000 for these. I did pay $120, but once I saw that RealReal listing for over $1,000, I had to buy them. Came with this bag, and I do just need to make sure somehow that they are authentic. I don't really know if something like this would even be faked, but it is designer, so I'm sure there is a possibility that it was, but it's such an obscure item that I doubt it. But I will do my due diligence and make sure that these are good to go. And if I can get over $1,000 for these, that would be awesome. All right, time to show what I spent $500 on Facebook Marketplace. Let's bring this inside. Tala's also curious. So the story behind these is that I've kind of been messaging this guy for a couple days now. We were haggling on the price a little bit. He is a tennis instructor, I believe, and so he just had a bunch of rackets that he was trying to sell off as a lot. And we went back and forth, and we ended up on $500 for all of these. Excuse me, love you. So as you can see, this bag, it's a 12 racket bag, and just the bag alone should be worth $50 to $100 just by itself. These big bags are kind of expensive, and it's just stuffed. You got 2, 4, 5, and here you got 2, 4, 6. There's a little child's racket in there, which I think he just threw in. And then we got 4 more here. All right, so I'm no tennis expert, but I do know what brands and what kind of rackets sell for good money. And when I saw the listing, I knew that these were all mostly really high-end rackets. A couple good brands to look for that I have here. There are very good Wilson rackets, and Babolat is also a really good brand. So we have 15 rackets here total, and most of them are worth around $100. He also threw in, I believe, this racket right here that he said is a pro model racket, and it was actually a professional player's racket that he saw this tiny little crack and he just didn't want it anymore. That definitely does affect the value. No one wants a cracked racket, but it's definitely not valueless, still usable. And he said that Retail, this racket, because it's custom made, costed $500. So after going through them, looks like we have 5 rackets that should sell between $50 and $100. This little child's racket that is probably not really worth selling, not good sell through, but maybe 10 bucks on that. And then 9 rackets that are worth $100 to $200. I would say on average probably worth about 120. There's a couple that should sell for close to 200, a couple at 150-ish, and then a couple at like the $100 mark. And then this bag should also sell for probably 75 bucks. Conservatively, I think this lot should be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $1,300. Conservatively, let's say $1,100, because there are some really good rackets in here. So for $500, we're about gonna double our money, which at that price point, I like that a lot. Well, that does it for this video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. We found some really good stuff today. Gotta get it all listed because I spent a lot of money, so I just can't have that stuff laying around. So we're gonna be listing for hours tonight. But it was a good day. I'm thankful. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.